Are you eating clean all week, meal prepping, and even hitting the gym? But when you go to weigh yourself in on a Sunday, you see that the scales didn't budge. You think that it's completely pointless what you're doing and you're getting nowhere with all the hard work that you're putting in. Let's talk about why your weekend can be completely undoing the whole weeks of hard work that you're putting in and how to get out of that. What we have to understand that if you want to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. Normally, the way we approach that is we go for a 500 calorie deficit every day, and then through the week, you should be resulting in 3,500 calorie deficit, which should result in half a kilogram or 1 pound of body fat loss in that week. But there's always the catch. And one of those catches is that few bad choices over the weekend can completely ruin your calorie deficit that you've been working so hard to build up through the week and expect to lose weight in the end of the week. You may be thinking, what's putting the stick into my spokes on my bike wheels that I'm not losing weight? Imagine that on Saturday, you're meeting some friends in the morning and you're going to Costa or Nero Cafe and you grab yourself a mocha or salted caramel latte or pumpkin latte, whatever you like, and then you add a croissant next to that. All of a sudden you find yourself consuming 800 calories, and they're not even that good of a calories, because 200 to 300 calories can come from your latte, and then 400 to 500 calories can come from your croissant or a muffin. That's basically coming close to ruining 2-day progress if we are assuming that you eat normally through the rest of the day. And the day may not even end there. You may go and grab a meal deal with a pack of crisps and a healthy smoothie. That's probably another 1,000 calories. And then if you're hanging out with your mates, you'll probably go out for a meal somewhere and you'll probably consume another 1,500 calories. And then the evening comes. So you grab a couple of beers with your friends, then a bit of a snack. And having those few beers makes you hungry, so you decide to go for a kebab. And here we go. That's the whole week's progress completely messed up in one day. So if we add everything up, you probably had 4,000 or 5,000 calories through that day. So if you need to eat 2,000 calories to stay in the calorie deficit and you end up eating 5,000 calories, all the deficit that you have created is completely wiped out, and hence why you are not losing any weight. All that just leaves you frustrated because you're working really hard through the week, and then that 1 or 2 days in the weekend where you just take your foot off a little bit and enjoy some time with your mates, which is nothing wrong with that. We should spend time with our friends and family and enjoy ourselves, but if that ends up in completely ruining your progress that you're trying to make, you may just give up eventually because you feel like you get nowhere. The way to get out of that is through watching videos like mine and help you to build awareness, because there's nothing wrong, like I said, to enjoying yourself a little bit, and you shouldn't feel guilty if you want to go out and spend some time with your mates. There's nothing wrong with that. However, you just have to be aware that the choices that you're making may be impacting the progress that you're trying to make. While you are with your friends, you just have to make some smarter choices. So if we're talking about the breakfast where you had a latte with a muffin or croissant, you may just choose to have flat white or black coffee and have a protein bar instead, which will technically cover the same craving that you had, and it will be much lower in calories. When it comes down to other meals, you just have to be a little bit more cautious of what you're choosing and try to aim for lower calorie options, or just having a little bit more active day. You may just have to make some sacrifices. One of the ladies that comes and trains with me here, called Sue, she just simply eats less through the week because being social on the weekends and going out with her friends is a big part of their life, and you simply cannot take that away from people because that would lead them to being miserable. She just knows that she needs to make better choices through the week, eating a little bit less calories so she can enjoy over the weekend. And even on the weekend is not completely like a wipeout. She's still trying to make better choices and eat healthier, but not feeling guilty or blaming herself for, you know, not going out or completely having to restrict yourself. When you're out with the friends, you may just choose smarter meals, have a steak, ask for some more vegetables instead of chips at the restaurant. Also check if the alcohol that you're having, maybe you can choose for like a lower calorie option. Something that I could think of, if you're having gin, you may choose that to have gin with 0-calorie soda rather than like a full sugar soda, and that will help you to save calories. I'm not the best person with alcohol, I'm not gonna lie. I rarely drink, and when I do, it's probably 1 or 2 glasses in the social occasions. Another thing is maybe cutting out some mindless snacking or having higher protein snacks, which will fill you up and lead you to consuming less in a restaurant in the evening or whatever your thing is. What I want you to understand, that your body is not broken and you can lose weight. It's just that you need to be more aware of the choices that you're making throughout the whole week, not just first 5 days where you are very good and you're really meal prepping and taking care of yourself. And if you do need some help with the habits that can help you to lose weight, check the link down in the description and follow my guidance for the next 30 days, which will help you to lose weight and shrink your waist size. Now, if you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks that you will enjoy this one, so go and watch it and let me know down in the comments what you have been struggling when it comes to weight loss.